My girls in WhatsApp were talking to one another and saying that, hey, we're getting old now. And then they asked the question of Maya and me, how do you know when you're getting old? And I was just thinking what changes have taken place in my body, which is a signal that I'm old, I'm getting old. And balance, that's one thing, that when you're putting on your trousers, that it's difficult to balance on one leg anymore, or bending down to put on your socks. That's difficult. It's the joints in the legs and the knees that go. That also when you try to run, it's you're out of breath when you're running. Even when I'm digging in the garden, it's you just get out of breath. The other thing is that it used to be that you would see a fence, and in your younger days you'd be able to say, I could hurdle that, I could sort of put my hands on the top rail and then just straddle it or jump over it. No trouble at all. But once you get older, then it's not so easy to jump or to run, or even strength or endurance, stamina. They're not so good. And sleeping as well. It's you don't seem to need as much sleep as you do when you're younger. What are the other things? Peeing! Perhaps you pee a lot more once you get older. I remember it was Billy Connolly, he was saying that words of wisdom, that at every opportunity, if you get a chance to pee, then do it. And for men, if you get an erection, then use it. And the third one was never trust a fart, which all sort of is to do with bodily functions. Eyesight goes, you need some glasses to read the small print on the labels, so that you can look at the E numbers that are on the produce that you're going to be buying, or prescriptions, things like that. Eyesight. Appetite as well. Perhaps you eat too much and exercise not a lot, and you put on weight. That's another sign of getting old, that the old belly begins to distend. There is something magical about mist or fog and snow. Over there is the road. You can see some trees just through the fog. Just came down to this field, so you get a look at what it's like. Let's turn around. 360 degrees. You get a look at all those trees, what they're like. Everything's just got about a 4 or 5 centimetre layer of snow on it at the moment. Something, I don't know what it is. It's just all white and grey. About 500 metres away you can't see anything. That's us. There's a car moving along the road. This is where I used to come walking with Dammy. But Dammy's gone. But, just got too old. I think he was about 13 years old. And he would know all the stones and he would sniff all the bases of the trees. He was a good old dog, but he just got too old. It just brings me on. You could see it from the way that he didn't run so freely anymore, and he'd trouble getting up the stairs home, and he wasn't all that interested in his food. I suppose that's the way that it goes, that they say that aging is no more than DNA unable to repair itself. That's why we die. But when we're young, all our cells are being regenerated all the time. But when we get old, those same cell mechanisms don't work anymore. And age shut down. Oh, it's a terrible message for the new year. I always want it to be one of hope. Consolation. But just coming out here and walking along this old ski path brought Dammy to mind. Rest in peace. Sounds like some kids. And the sledges over there. Some dogs just shouting. I think they're enjoying themselves. This is the neighbourhood. Lots of trees. This sort of greenhouse. I've got some hosta seeds from the lady who lives in here. And we always talk about gardening. There they've got protection for their fruit trees from the hares and the rabbits that come during the winter. It's just beautiful, that fir tree, the way that it's got snow on it. It's a nice neighbourhood, this. Friendly neighbours. That's what you need. And I don't know what's happening here. About a week ago they just came and cut down all these trees. That little house there hasn't been lived in all the years that we've been here. So perhaps they're going to sell it or build something on this plot. So this is 1st of January 2021, and in Scotland, somebody sent me a message. In Scotland, there's a tradition called first footing. I think in Scotland the people celebrate Hogmanay, the day New Year's Eve, much more than they celebrate Christmas. And there's a tradition of going first footing, which first foot in the door, and a tall dark stranger is supposed to bring a lump of coal and a bottle of whiskey, which is heat and light for the new year, and drink to keep you hale and hearty. And it's always got to be a dark-haired man who comes through the door first, because that brings you good fortune. So, and that's what I would want to wish everyone on New Year's Day. Good fortune to each and every one of you. And Finland is looking quite wonderful at the moment, even though it's got lots of snow. Bye for now.